Dear students, welcome back to Lab 8 and Exercise 3. The Exercise 3 is asking us to find the number of digits in a given number. The user will enter the number from the keyboard and we need to calculate the number of digits inside it. For example, if the number is 3452, it should show us that it has 4 digits. Now, in order to find out the number of digits inside a given number, we use a logic of dividing a number by 10, dividing this number by 10 until we get the number reduced to 0. How do we do that? For example, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 and we want to find out the number of digits inside it. We are going to take 1, 2, 3, 4 and divide it by 10. Now when you do this operation, it will take out the last value. How? For example, let's see how. For example, 1, 2, 3 divided by 10. The quotient is 1, 2, 3 and the remainder is 4. So when I do the first division, it takes out the first value. Now I will use, as in when I strip out or take out the last value because of the result of dividing it by 10, I use a variable called as digit and I increment the digit by 1. So each time I do the division, I increment this counter variable which is called as digit as 1. Now this is the first iteration. We take a number, divided it by 10. Once we divide, increment the digit counter by 1. So this is your first thing. Now in the second iteration, we take the new number as 1, 2, 3. This is going to be a new number. So the new value of n is going to be 1, 2, 3. Okay. At this stage, my I is going to be 2 because this is the second time I am doing this. Now 1, 2, 3 divided by 10. Same thing, it takes off 3. So when I do 1, 2, 3 divided by 10, this is going to be done when the I is 2. It removes 3. As soon as we remove 3, we increment the digit counter by 2. Now the new value of n becomes 12. Then you again repeat the same process. So when you repeat the same process, it means this is going to be your third iteration. In the third iteration, your 12, you're going to divide 12 by 10. When you do this, the 2 is removed. As soon as we remove the 2, okay, we are going to increment the digit counter. Now we have the new I in the new n value as 1 because 2 is removed and we incremented the digit counter. If you are noticing, as we are moving forward, the iterations are increasing. I was 1 here, I is 2 here, and I is 3 here. The n value is decreasing. It was 1234, it became 123, and it became 12. And the digit counter is increasing. We are going to repeat this whole process until the n becomes 0. So now let us move forward, where I is going to be 4. So I is equal to 4. And n is 1. Now 1 divided by 10. So what happens? 1 divided by 10. This 1 is also taken off and then we increment the digit counter. The digit counter is 4. Now D is 4. I is 4 and n became 0. Now n became 0, we want to stop. We do not want to proceed. So let us see how to put all these things in a for loop. Now we have I is equal to 1, starting I is equal to 1, and we want to continue doing all this work until my I value becomes bigger than the n value. And if you see, in all the iterations except the last one, the I is less, n is more. I is less, n is more. We continue. I is and we stop where I becomes more than the n value. So if we write a condition I is less than or equal to n and we want to continue the work, it will work fine. And when this condition becomes false, it means we have reached this point where I is more and n is less. So we stop. Now when we stop this, you see we already have the digit counter to hold all the 4 digits. So this is how we calculate the number of digits in a given number. Let us take one more example where the n value is 250 and we want to calculate the digits. So 250 divided by 10. Okay, let me remove this. 250 divided by 10 is going to return me 25 and the digit counter is going to be 1. Now the new n value is nothing but 25. 25 divided by 10. As I do this operation, I have to increment the digit counter. So digit counter becomes 2, n becomes 5. Now 5 divided by 10, the new n becomes 0 and the digit counter becomes 3. Now if you get a new value, if you see the new value of n is nothing but 0. Now 0 divided by 10, we do not want to do this. Okay, because anything divided by 0 is 0. So how to stop this? Now here, this is the first iteration, I is equal to 1. This is the second iteration, I is equal to 1. This is the second iteration, I is equal to 2. This is the third iteration, I is equal to 3. Now I is 2 and n is 5. Our condition is going to run until the I is less than n. So I is 2 and it is less than 5, we continue. But if you see in the third iteration, I is becoming more than the value of n. So at this particular point, we stop executing the for loop. So 3 things you have to remember here. The digit counter is important, which you increment on each division. Okay, you keep on dividing the numbers of you keep on dividing the n value by 10 until n becomes 0, and you stop doing this when the I value becomes more than n. So there are 3 different things. The number of iterations are nothing but the number of time you are going to repeat this division, repeat this division, repeat this division, and as and when you make a division, you are going to increment the digit counter. You are going to continue all these things until the I value becomes more than n. When this happens, you come out of the loop. So we are going to write the loop condition like this: I is equal to 0, I is less than or equal to 1. If this is true, continue doing this work, which is dividing the n and incrementing the digit. If this becomes false, come out of the loop and you're going to print the d value. So we have here, let me start a new program for you. So what are the important things we have? We have digit counter, d is equal to 1, d is equal to 1, and then we have input to be taken from the user, and we say n, and we are asking the user to enter n, and we do this by using the console. Once it is done, let us insert the for loop. So our condition for the for loop is very simple. We are saying start from 1, continue till n, and the step value is going to be 1 and the variable counter is I. So keep on doing this, and then from where now we want to do this calculations of n and d. So we come inside the for loop and we do an assignment where we calculate the new value of n as n divided by 10, and with each division we are going to increment the d value as d plus 1. So done. Now once this condition becomes false, we come out of the loop and we print out the d value. Click on console and we are going to print this. Now let us go and run the print and let us run the program. So I am entering 1 2 3 4 and it gives me 4. Works fine. Now there is one more consideration to be taken care here. Since we are starting with d is equal to 1, if I run the program or run this logic with a single number, it is going to give me a wrong value. For example, if I enter a number which is less than 10, it means it is a single value number that the user is entering. Okay, so it will give me, can you assume what it will give me? It will give me a wrong value. You see, I enter one number, instead of giving me 1, it gave me 2. Okay, let us do it again. Now for example, the user is entering 9. So how many digits are there in 9? It's only 1, right? It gives me 2. Can you find and tell me the reason? This is happening because we initialize d to be 1 and then we are incrementing the d to be d plus 1. So what is happening? How is this working? Now let us take a condition where n is equal to 9. Okay, and our d is equal to 1 and I is also 1. So the first iteration will be nothing but 9 divided by 10. Okay, so 9 divided by 10 is nothing but 0, right? 9 divided by 10 is 0. So if you see here, if we came inside the loop, okay, and then we calculated the value of n as 0, and then we incremented d to be d plus 1. So here in one division, this is the first division, okay, d is 1 already. Now in the first division, the I value is 1 and n is 9. So 1 is less than or equal to 9. So we entered here, we divided, we got 0, and then we incremented the d. So here what happened? The n became 0 and the d value became 2 and I value became 2. So it already incremented d to be 2 and this is what was shown in the output. Now, so here we have to do one more if condition. So what we are going to do is, if inserting an if condition here, and if the number is less than 10, means if it is a single digit number, okay, if the number is less than 10, what we want to do, we just want to divide, but we do not want to increment the d. But when the number is greater than 10, it means, or when the number is greater than or equal to 10, it means the user is entering two numbers. So we want to calculate the n value in the same way. Okay, n value in the same way, n is equal to n divided by 10, and also we want to increment the digit counter. So let us move this here. But if it is less than, if the n is less than or equal to 10, we just want to calculate n is equal to n div 10. If this is true, if n is less than or equal to 10. Okay, let me make it like this. If n is greater than or equal to 10, do this. If it is less, just calculate a new, but do not do this. So this should not be done. I should stop here itself. Okay, I should stop at d is equal to 1. So now let us run the output and check. Yes, it gives us 1. Now let us check with 2-digit number. So if we have 1, 2, 3 or 2 or more digit numbers, so how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it gives us 5. So with this we are done with the third exercise. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in solving the next exercise.